This is the plaintiff, Octavia Fields. She says the defendant allowed her to store her 2 large-screen TVs at one of his houses. And when she went to retrieve them, he told her they'd been stolen. Stolen? Really? She thinks it was an inside job because nothing else was taken. And she's suing the guy for the $1,971.98 she's owed. This is the defendant, Henry Clark. He says the plaintiff, in her heart of hearts, thinks his tenant stole her TVs, but that's simply not the case. He went out of his way to help the plaintiff because she was down on her luck, and now all he has to show for his kindness is this lawsuit. Turns out it's true. No good deed goes unpunished. He's accused of not being nice enough.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant let her store 2 big-screen TVs at his house. He said it was stolen and she's not buying it. But the defendant says he was doing a good deed, so she's an ungrateful you-know-what. It's the case of big screen, big problem.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Octavia Fields?
Yes.
You are suing Henry Clark for 2 TVs that you say were stolen from his apartment that you never actually ended up moving into.
Yes.
Or house, not an apartment house.
House.
All right, tell me what happened.
Okay, May 2011, I was looking to move back to New York from Pennsylvania. I found an apartment, a house, which was on Craigslist from Mr. Clark that he was renting 3 bedrooms. I liked the house, but the only thing was that the rooms wouldn't accommodate my bedroom set. So I explained that to him. So he told me that he had another residence, which was around the corner in the same area, also 3 bedroom, but he had someone living there at the time. So what we agreed on is that I would wait for the other tenants to move out and then, take that house.
Okay, now you were moving in there with how many other people?
My 12-year-old son and my 3-year-old niece who I have custody of.
And you were being assisted by Section 8, correct?
Yes.
All right, so you see the house in May?
Yes.
And then?
I seen the house in June.
In June?
Yes.
And then? What
in
happened?
June, so we made the agreement.
You do the inspection, and as it turns out, a couple things failed for Section 8's liking.
Yes.
Right, a list of 22 items that they wanted you to change, fix, update, whatever.
13, I believe.
13, all right, and then what happens? You try to comply with that, but that takes some time.
Yes, we tried to comply, which was she brought her stuff in.
Why did she bring her stuff in?
She was very upset, crying, had nowhere to turn at the time. Said she didn't have the money at the time for storage. So I figured, I'd say, you know what? Go ahead, put it in. I'll help you out.
Okay, but we're talking about storing it's a 55-inch, $1,500 brand new TV.
Yes.
Okay, I got a way to make money.
There was
Sell the TV, and then you can pay for storage for everything else.
There was a lot of stuff she brought. I guess a whole house full of contents.
Okay.
I told her you could put most of it in the garage. Anything, if you have to, just keep it in one bedroom. So I let her bring it in. The house didn't pass.
Are you new at this?
No, I've been doing it a long time. Nobody would have let it happen. But I tried to do a favor. I felt bad.
Now look at you.
But yeah, so come August, we did start taking care of the items, but she said she had found another house. She wasn't going to take that one. And then
when did she inform you I found another house?
It was in the end of August or middle of August.
Okay,
I have
so
text
did you
messages.
tell her take your stuff out now?
I said
But
you
she's no
have to
longer
get
your
them out
customer
as soon.
even.
I asked her to take them out as soon as you can. You have to be out by the 1st of September.
Okay.
Now I have text messages back and forth with us. I don't know if you can enter them to support.
All right, so according to you start telling her you need to get your stuff out by September 1st since you're no longer taking the place. And when does a bad thing happen?
Well,
when does the bad thing happen?
Well, Judge, I didn't move my stuff in until July 2nd. That's when I moved my stuff
and
inside the house.
And you were paying how much for storage?
I didn't. At
why
the
did
time,
you move the answer's 0, right?
Yes.
Okay, and why were you storing your stuff for free there?
Because at the time I didn't have the money to pay for
Why don't you sell the one TV and then you can store everything else? Because you don't want to.
No.
So you asked him and he said yes. And so the answer is really because you can. So you move your stuff in there and you're storing your stuff in there since when? July 1st?
From July 2nd.
July 2nd.
Yes.
Until bad things happen.
Yes.
So it's there July, it's there August, and at the end of August, you know you're not taking his place.
No, as of September.
Okay, but I have texts where on August 23rd, you're asking him, how much longer do I have to have my things there? And he's saying, so far it's okay, but maybe before the 1st if you can, referring to the 1st of September. So but clearly by August, you know you're not taking his place.
Yes.
Okay. So he says get it out on the 1st of September. Did you get it out on the 1st of September?
No.
Okay. Did you get it out on the 2nd? Did you get it out on the 3rd?
No.
Did you get it out on the 4th?
No.
Did you get it out on the 5th?
No.
Okay. We could be here a long
November.
time because it's when that the theft happens.
October.
I
October
believe
what?
October
26th.
I'm sorry, October
26th of October.
26th.
Yes.
That's
2
when it happened.
months after the man has told you, okay, nicely, so nice, so polite, you know, listen, I need you to get your stuff out. Can you get it out by September 1st? And then you don't get it out by September 1st.
Yeah,
and you're trying to reach her.
Yeah, and if you flip through the texts, she said, I'm going to get it soon, but she never came and got it. I did have
I'm at the hospital, she says, on September 22nd. I'm having complications with my eye. If you have someone else interested in the house, I have my stuff in. You can do the paperwork for them. I should be out of there by tomorrow, no later than Saturday. What happened to that? That didn't happen either, right?
That didn't. Because
No, it didn't. Good morning. You know why? Because it's free storage.
Plaintiff stored 2 big screens at the defendant's house. They're now missing, but she delayed 2 months in picking up her stuff. Let's listen.
Good morning, Hank. I'm sorry I haven't been in. This is now October 21st, almost a month later. Almost a month later. Okay, what happened during that month, from September something to October something?
I contacted her numerous times.
Good morning, Hank. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I'm still trying to get money together so I can get my things moved into storage. Where are you living during this time?
I'm just bouncing from house to house.
Okay, you're
with
working?
my 2 kids. At the time, I was not working.
I'm trying to get money together so I can get my things moved into storage. Hopefully, I'll be able to do it next week for sure. If everything okay with my stuff, it's been really hard for me to get out there to check on it due to my money situation. I'm still trying to get help. I was wondering if I could come by the house one day this week. This is October 11th. She doesn't come by the house that week, does she?
Because he wasn't available.
Excuse me, he texted you right back at 9:49. Yeah, that's fine. Just tell me when. I think it will be getting inspected in a week or so. That stuff will have to be moved by this weekend. That's on October 11th, but it doesn't get moved on October 11th. All right, October 21st. Octavia, my inspection will be early next week, so I have to have the stuff out before that. About now, are you realizing what a bad idea this was?
Yes.
Okay, so, I'm working on it now. Okay, good luck. Still super polite. Everybody's really polite. Level of discourse, super polite. October 28th. Now, what happens before October 28th?
October 26th is when the incident.
And what is the incident?
The incident, from what I know, I didn't get a call. I got the call the 27th. About
From who?
what
From him?
Yes.
Okay, what was the incident that happened?
My witness said he was originally staying there.
Oh, come on up.
Okay.
This is Robert?
Yes, he was
Okay,
staying
Robert,
there first.
what's your last name?
Cruz?
Okay, and was he paying rent?
No, I instructed him to stay in the house until it was rented.
Okay. But Robert, you did that for how long?
All the way up to
How many months?
like 3 months, but
Okay,
to
and
August.
so that's a pretty good deal,
Yeah,
right? Any furniture in the house or not really?
No.
All right, so you just sort of,
basically I just watched the house.
okay. But watch the house and you were living there?
But not at the time it was robbed.
Okay. No, I know, but you were living there during those 3 months?
Yes.
So would you have a mattress on the floor? How'd you do it?
Yes, I had my mattress, I had a
Okay.
TV, and
All right, and then when you left, you knew Robert was leaving?
Yes, he informed me he was leaving. He said, I have another friend of mine. I'll vouch for him. He'll stay in the house because I really don't want to leave the house empty.
Okay,
You
and
know?
this new friend is named?
Brian.
Okay, now Brian, who starts staying in that house, is he still a friend of yours?
Yes.
All right, and do you know him?
Yes.
And how long have you known him?
10 years, 12
Okay,
years.
is he a thief?
Well, he seemed pretty honest to me.
Are you a thief?
No, not at all.
Okay, what ended up happening?
What happened was I get a call from Brian. He had gone out, I guess, he said he was at his girlfriend's house. I get a call 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning on the 26th saying the house was broken into. I just got here, there's stuff everywhere. I'm in bed sleeping. I said, call the police immediately, get a police report. I'll be there in the morning because there's nothing I can really do at that time.
Right.
I don't call her at that time. I don't know what's going on yet. I come over the next day, come in the morning, get the police report, speak to him what happened. Now, the house, the room that she has her stuff in, which I've never entered before, is a jumbled mess. There's boxes overturned. You can't tell what's there, what's not there. And I wasn't, at this point, I don't even remember what really she had in there. The garage wasn't entered, though. It was just the room. Because you couldn't really enter the garage because I would see. They came in supposedly through the back window.
What, did they break a window?
The screen was broken out. The window was pried open and the screen was broken out.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And now, so when you finally learned that there's been a burglary, what do?
Which was October 28th, the one I spoke to Mr. Clark. We had already, that's when we was discussing about me coming to get my stuff. And
Well, no, we've been discussing it since August. but-
throughout the conversation, he never mentioned the break into me. From the time we got on the phone, he did not mention the break into me. At the end of the conversation, he said, I have some good news and I have some bad news. And I was like, what's the bad news? And he was like, oh, well, there was a break-in in the house. So I was like, what about my TVs? He was like, oh, I haven't seen, I don't know. I haven't been into the house yet, so I wouldn't know. Now the TVs were in the closet. I have pictures of
Wait, what's the good news?
There was, your boxes are just tossed over. It doesn't look like they took anything.
Oh, okay. And when did you finally go to get your stuff out of that residence?
That's that Monday.
Which is what day?
November 1st.
November 1st.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you go get the stuff out, that's when you realize what is missing of yours.
My TVs.
Okay. What TVs?
The 55-inch Sony Bravia.
Which was brand new.
Yes, and the 32-inch, which was my son's TV.
Now, there was one occasion at some point where you guys are talking to each other where you're not sure if this friend of Robert's is or is not a culpable party. Yes. And there was the police investigated, right?
The police investigated.
And they made no arrest.
No, they did not recover anything. But Octavia, Ms. Fields felt that the kid Brian probably had something to do with it.
But does anybody have any evidence of that?
Okay.
No. I went out there. I had him come over. I said, listen, if you had anything to do with this, we just want the TVs back. You have an out, case closed. I'm not going to even press charges. Otherwise, they're looking at you for it. He didn't blink. I mean, he stuck to his story 100%. There's no other way to prove it.
What evidence do you have that someone who he let stay there stole your TVs?
I don't have any evidence stating that.
Okay, so what are you suing Mr. Clark for?
Because I feel like when I first went and seen the residence and he explained to me how safe the area was, the neighborhood was, as well as the neighbors who watch over the house, he's the one who explained to me that my TVs will be fine there. No, I did not think that they would ever be stolen, and I didn't think they were going to be as
Well, nobody ever plans on a burglary. How many times has that house been burglarized?
None.
That once.
That once. Okay,
Yes.
so we know it's not that he lied to you when he said the place is safe. Go ahead. What were you going to
Actually,
interject?
when I had my car, there was actually broken into. A window was broken out of it.
And how long ago was that?
Probably in July.
Oh, okay. And that was July is after she sees the
A
plane.
month before, yeah.
Okay. Anybody caught on that?
No.
The house ever broken into?
No, not while I was staying there.
House ever broken into other than that one time with Brian living there?
No.
Did Brian moved out and you have a tenant who moved in there?
Yes.
This is all these, by the way, we're talking about 2011. At any time since then, has the house been broken into?
No, not
Okay.
since.
All right. So tell me what Mr. Clark did wrong other than being the victim of a burglary.
So he told her for 2 months, get it out, get it out, get it out. Didn't get it out. It got stolen. Is he responsible?
I would say so. I think it's abandoned of the property.
It's abandoned so she doesn't get her money.
I don't think.
What do you think, sir? Oh, you can? Okay, fair enough. What do you think?
If he'd notified her, she's out of luck.
She's just bum out of luck.
She's out of luck.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
I didn't know Brian was going to be living there.
I don't care if you know Brian was going to be living there. He doesn't have to check with you before he could have nobody living there. What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? What did he do to you?
He didn't do anything to me.
What did he do wrong that would make him put him on the hook?
He made me believe that that area was a safe area.
And he thought it was.
safe.
He thought it was. So what did he do wrong? Place has never been burglarized before. Place has never been burglarized since. So what did he do wrong? Let me ask you a question. There was some mention in the notes, and I was looking for it right now in your answer to the complaint, or in your complaint about some shoes being moved. What was that about?
I don't know.
That
was after the fact.
I had Prada shoes. My son had video gaming systems and everything.
Who had Prada
there.
shoes? You or your son?
Me.
Okay, you had Prada shoes. Your son had video games, but you can't afford storage. The first month is $1.
But
you know that? You know what, lady? The answer is no.
Are you
And the
serious?
answer is not. Yeah, I'm serious as a heart attack. The answer is no.
But no,
the
but
answer is
Judge-
no for the following reasons. Not because you're a nice guy, because I don't just vote for the nice guy.
Oh, wow.
Okay? The answer is no, because number one, the guy didn't do anything wrong that you can prove that would cause him to be liable for you. Number two, because the guy told you to get your stuff out September 1st, and it was October 26th, and you still hadn't done it. So he is not responsible. This
I say
loss
one
is
thing?
on you, and my verdict is for the defendant.
Thank you.
We're still looking for something the defendant actually did wrong that's suable for.
That's fine.
What's fine?
Everything. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you think he was in on the burglary or something?
I mean,
What do
whatever
you
it
think?
is, it
What do
doesn't
you-
matter anymore. It's done.
It doesn't. But what do you think, though, deep down?
No, nothing. Thank you.
Nothing? Okay. All right, so step on in here. Were you too nice?
Yeah, I think so. But I would do it again, but with the written agreement this time.
Written agreements are always good. That's that's rule number one in the people's court. But how would you describe the plaintiff? Were you surprised she sued you?
I was surprised, but I still think she's a decent person. And I understand she had a loss and it hurt her, tremendously. But at the same point, I was just trying to help someone out. So,
All right, Harvey.
okay.
Since it was stored for free, the only duty the defendant has is slight care, just a little bit of care, and he more than satisfied that. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.